came to win, to fight, to conquer, to thrive. I came to win, to survive, to prosper, to rise, to fly.
I grew up in a Zulu home, full of love and lots of laughter, but very strict. A very strict Christian Zulu home. Around the age of 5, when I told my parents that I wanted to become an actress and to be in the film and television industry, I was immediately told that that would never happen.
As a little girl growing up in a small community in Cape Town, I always knew I was going to achieve my goals. I knew I was going to be an influencer in this country and in this world. I didn't know exactly how I was going to do that, but I knew it was going to happen. At the time, I pursued dance and different types of dance, but that came to a standstill because of things that happen at home.
Well, I am from a farm in Mpumalanga, so living the life that I'm living today wasn't part of my plan, not my 5-year plan or my life plan. I mean, I was supposed to come to Cape Town for a month. I was that girl working on the project with a hard hat and an overall on. And it's like I swapped my life for glamour now. Like I put in my hours.
I grew up being raised by relatives simply because my mom was in a very, very abusive relationship with my dad, and my family thought that if I were to take in, they were trying to protect me, by the way. So I was taken away from my mom and dad, and I had to go and live with my relatives. And as they were thinking that they were protecting me, guess what? I ended up being raped by a person who was supposed to protect us, you know, a person that we're supposed to look up to, because this man was a policeman.
I came to South Africa about 9 years ago for my studies. I was born in the Congo. I grew up in Ivory Coast, so my life has been about traveling, discovering new places. I'm truly passionate about people, new cultures, and difference. From the start of my life, I've been confronted to different people, different cultures, and it truly helped me when I arrived here. It was a completely different environment. I come from a family that there was a lot of love, but also a lot of criticism.
The faith that I grew up in at the time saw the arts as something evil.
My parents was going through a divorce, and I hated being at home. I just needed to get out, and I remember finding my solace in church. I was much younger. I couldn't drive, but I could walk. And I used to walk to church all the time, and I could pursue my
Passion. When I turned 16, I was split from my sister, my best friend, the one that I grew up with, and she was the one that I protected. She's all I had.
I mean, think about back in the day, we as kids, we used to be so scared of policemen. So as scared as we were, but we knew that those are the people, if you are in trouble, you look up to, you go to them for protection. But the same man with me raped me, not once, not twice, but in several occasions.
When I finally graduated, fast forward to when I'm an adult, I'd graduated now, I started working. And thank God, doors just opened. I was a presenter and an actor for SABC 2 and 3. I was also a storyteller on SAFM. And all these things were amazing. And finally as well, my parents and my family were so proud of me. And I also started working for my own faith on DSTV. It's called the Hope Channel. So that was really affirming.
There was a bigger picture for me. I would not appreciate the things in my life today if I didn't go through all those things. I've made peace with my past. I see it today as a learning curve. Everything I went through, God was preparing me for this amazing life that I'm living at this moment. I started modeling doing curve modeling about 3 years ago, and I must tell you, it's just going from one height to another.
As things and life went on, I knew at the age, most probably at 13, I wanted to be a model, but my body was different. I had a gap between my teeth, I had a scar on my face, and whenever I would tell family and even friends that that's what I wanted to become, they would laugh at me because I wasn't the perfect girl or the perfect model, you know, that the world expected. And so I thought it's not going to happen, and I gave up on that dream. But I almost knew it deep down inside my heart that one day it will happen. And so today I'm one of the pioneers of a plus size model in this country.
You know, I was so angry to a point that my cousin sister was graduating, and I remember my aunt saying, you know, my child, she's graduating and she's still a virgin. My aunt is married to this man. I was furious. I was angry because of what she said. I was like talking to myself, oh my God, she's celebrating her daughter being a virgin, whereas her husband took my virginity. I was angry. I was furious. Going through counseling, I learned to start to forgive him. I forgave him. I stopped being angry with my family. I stopped being angry with myself.
Life is not going to be easy. It's going to be difficult. There's going to be ups and downs. But what you must remember and keep in mind is that you are worthy, you are enough, you are beautiful. As I've been told on so many occasions that what I was doing wasn't important, that my job wasn't great, that I was not going to go anywhere, I was not going to build any future.
If I say today that I wasn't supposed to sit here, I wasn't supposed to sit here. But God had a better plan for me, a bigger plan. The most amazing journey so far, going from one height to another, surprising myself. I think that's the thing, that I surprised myself when I started having faith in myself and believing in myself and believing that I can do anything I put my mind to. I started believing in my dream, in everything that happened to me in my life wasn't a curse, it wasn't a bad thing, and I wouldn't have been able to be the person that I am today if I didn't go through all those things to prepare me for where I am now.
But now I realize that now is the time. It's time to share my experience. It's time to reach out to the many young girls, even women, who every weekend go to whatever church they go to a place of worship that they go to, that now's the time to encourage them that God has given them these gifts, these passion to use for good, to encourage and uplift society.
I entered Mrs. South Africa, and I had an event that I was doing, and I told my story to all the guests that were there. Guess what? There were about 2 women in that event that came up to me and said, oh my God, when you say those words, because I remember standing and saying, I know here right now there is a woman or a girl who's been in the same situation like myself. And whilst we were mingling there, 2 ladies came up to me and told me that, you know what, we've never told anyone. 2 different ladies said, we've never told anyone, but when you said it, when you told your story, then you encouraged us to do something about our pain. Today, as much as it was a most painful experience for me as a child, but today I'm a better person. Today I'm able to stand and say, you know what, it's okay, because I have forgiven. I forgave him, I forgave myself. I mean, I share this story even with my kids. They know what has happened to me. That's why I always say I'm proud to be their mother, because they know that whatever happens to them, no matter who does whatever to them that they don't like, they'll be able to stand up for themselves and say, no, we cannot accept this. They become better women in the future because of their role model, that is me.
My journey in this country has been incredible, and I'm extremely grateful to be here. I went from an insecure teenager, a simple student, to a curvy model who's making waves in this country. I'm very happy, very humbled, and extremely grateful.
I would love to tell women and even men that whatever your goal is and whatever your dream is, no matter how traumatic your past is, you can overcome that and you can achieve that.
I believe if I didn't believe in myself, it took a lot for me to believe in myself. And as soon as I got those people in my life that was positive around me, that supported me in everything I do, it became easier. So my message to every girl out there, every woman that don't believe that you are beautiful, that's listening to that negative people in your life telling you you will not reach anything in your life, don't listen. Listen to your inner voice, that voice that tells you that you are worth something. Because if you believe in yourself, you can conquer the world. That's my message to everyone out there.
Today, I'm a strong woman because of what has happened to me. Yes, I might be saying that, other people might be saying, but then why would you be so okay with whatever happened to me? If it didn't happen to me, whose child was it supposed to happen to? There's a reason why that happened to me. Because today, I'm able to sit here and tell my story with a brave heart. Because I know that God planned for that to happen. Because He knew that I was brave enough to let go and forgive.
If you let people project their fears onto you, you will never leave. Life is short, life is beautiful, it's complicated, but it's so beautiful. Every moment it's worthy. Enjoy your friends, your family. Enjoy being alive, because not everyone is given that opportunity. Every time I feel sad or I feel down, I think about the people who are sick in hospitals or who cannot have what I have. Be grateful, be happy, and no matter where you come from, your dreams are valid.
Continue and go forward and be resilient and don't stop, because the power is definitely in your hands.
Hi, my name is Jeanette Seister.
Celia Ngalane.
Dr. Lakanda.
Chanel Pulsa.
Deborah Mutu.